Timeless. It's a statement piece. The technology in Timeless is unprecedented, it's unique, it's innovative, it's industry leading. You're going to see the most powerful symmetrical weight blocks mixed with our most successful cover stock. The pins have no chance. This is why the ball is timeless.
PBA Xtra Frame Wilmington South Open Stepladder Finals just about to start. Craig Elliott along with Hall of Famer Randy Peterson here. We've got four pretty good bowlers in the finals. What can we expect to see here, Randy?
Oh, I think the scores are going to be real high. I think the players are going to strike a lot. But I think all roads lead to our tournament leader, Rhino Page, is looking to win for the first time since 2009.
We got a good one to start things off here. Jason Sterner. It's been a couple years since he got a win. It hasn't been a couple years since E.J. Tackett, reigning player of the year, has got a win. What's the secret for one of these players to get to the next match?
Obviously outstrike your opponent, but the opening match is going to be a tough task, trying to go through the reigning player of the year, E.J. Tackett. E.J. has been on fire, winning TSC earlier, started with a win in Japan. E.J. Tackett, I think Jason's going to have his hands full, but Jason's bowling as well as anybody else that's made the top four step ladder. So, I mean, get lined up, trust your equipment, and throw a lot of strikes.
All right, we've seen some good scores. Sam Zurg says it's time to start. Opening match, Jason Sterner, E.J. Tackett. Enjoy the show.
Tournament of Champions winner and the 2016 PBA Tour Player of the Year, E.J. Tackett. Give it up for the first match, folks.
All right, opening match, Jason Sterner out of Cocoa Beach, Florida. E.J. Tackett, Huntington, Indiana.
Yeah, beautiful opening shot by Jason. He's got one of the prettiest games out here on the PBA Tour. Remember the all-important points for the season-ending Storm Cup, $20,000 to the winner. The Storm Cup Xtra Frame schedule available at PBA.com. Now, E.J. Tackett, unbelievable start. 3, 4, 10. I think he kind of knew it when he let go of it. Now, if I had my telestrator, Craig, I'd draw a line over here, over to the right of the 3. The 3 goes into the 4, and the ball takes out the 10.
Perfect.
So just pretend.
I'm visualizing right now.
Well, not the start he's looking for, but it is only frame 1. He knew it as soon as he let go of it. A little bit right of that, and he runs the risk of whiffing on the 3 because of the oil that's to the outside part of the lane on this 43-foot chameleon oil pattern.
And if you're with us for the end of qualifying, we were seeing some loft. We have redressed the lanes back into a fresh condition. These players have a little bit of practice, so we won't see that big loft game here in this step ladder final. Good shot for EJ there.
Yeah, thank God, because that lofting was hurting my ears.
It is fun to watch, but it's definitely a different game than a lot of us are used to playing.
Yeah, it's definitely a game I don't know anything about.
The interesting thing for Sterner, we saw him on the opening block A squad in day one there on the fresh, and he would look lost. I mean, like 180, 190 start. Come out today on the fresh, 297 out of the gate, and he just stayed in that top 4 all day long. He made some sort of a change, and it's worked.
Well, he got it too far right. Catches the OB, and it's the 2-4-10. It doesn't take much, just a little bit right of target. He's going to try to sling the 2 over into the 10 and convert this. Good try. And we are back to even.
Young Anthony Simonson waiting for the winner of this match, our 2 seed, and Rhino Page, the tournament leader. Great week for Rhino. 10-1 or 10-2 in match play today. 300 in qualifying.
The ball looked like it kind of rolled out just a pinch before it got to the pocket, leaving the ring in 10. Watch this ball motion here, just inside third arrow. Still a good shot. And of course, my prediction coming true as always, high scores. And of course, I'm being facetious because we already have 2 open frames in 5 shots. So it was amazing to watch the amount of angle that was created this week by these players on this pattern. Nobody better at creating angle than this guy.
That looked much more in control, didn't it? A lot smoother off the hand.
Yeah, much better shot. And nobody with more confidence on tour right now than E.J. Tackett. "24 years of age. 2 majors to his credit, along with Player of the Year honors, the reigning Player of the Year. Pretty amazing at such a young age. You never saw that in my day. I think the most interesting thing for me today, watching these players with all the power, is how accurate they are and what really good shot makers they are. You know, back in my day, if you hooked it a lot, you weren't a very good shot maker, with the exception of Marshall, Mark Roth. Got it wide again. Now it's 2-4-8-10.
And we've seen that a lot this week. Just to angle through the front, just to touch off, and the ball has just 0 chance of making it back.
Well, see, in EJ is so much farther left than that he runs a very small risk of getting to that OB. Jason playing straighter and much closer to that OB line.
So we see all these players with the great physical games, and we've got good power games. Jason's got a good, solid game. Mentally is what puts people up to that next level. And EJ's obviously had a great run, but what is it like to be, I mean, you remember a time in your career when you walk into a bowling center like EJ right now, and you know what? Pretty much before the first ball's thrown, should be in the finals.
Well, I didn't have a lot of those moments. I mean, I had some, but again, it's just a confidence thing where you're physically firing on all cylinders and mentally you feel unbeatable. And that's probably overcompensation for the 2 shots that went right on the right lane for Sterner. Tackett working on a 3-bagger. Wow. Just snaps on it so hard at the bottom, and then the open hand release. Out to in swing, body wide open, left arm out in front, hips open, and then just bangs on it at the bottom. Inside a 4th arrow.
Spins never stood a chance.
Wasn't it just a couple frames ago he was inside 3rd arrow?
You could just have a little conversation after that first frame with his ball rep, and you could just see the difference in his demeanor that quick as well. Well, I'm locked in now. That subtle little move, someone that knows your game that can help you out, and it's showing really quick here for E.J. Tackett.
Looked like Jason made a pretty good move to the left as well. Remember, with each ball that goes down the lane, that playing field is altered. It changes. E.J. Tackett already looks like he's a good 4 or 5 boards left than the first shot he threw on that left lane.
Do these players make those half-board moves kind of every shot on the lane? Is that normal, or?
I don't think there's such a thing anymore as a half-board move out here. I think they're big moves. You know, back in the day, we used to move a half, maybe a board. You go 4-pin, you'd move a half. Now when these players leave a 4-pin, they move 4 or 5 left.
And just wrench on it more?
You know, they don't really even have to. That's how fast the lanes change. The moves today are just so different. The rev rates being as high as they are, the lanes change so much faster, and when they do change, it's a big change. EJ now working on a 5-bagger, looking for a 6-pack. A little right, and looked like he missed it just a hair at the bottom. But avoids disaster by getting the 10 out late. Right there.
So is it just his rev rate? When he misses right, it's a 2.8, where Jason, it was the 2.810?
Well, no, I mean, it's probably angle and maybe a little fortuitous there, but you know, the reason why the ball pushed a little bit farther right is because he missed it at the bottom. When he catches it, he makes his ball read the middle part of the lane. Get a good look at his swing direction right here from this angle. Out to in, the big tuck in the downswing. Just a bad shot. He knew it right there. Again, no harm, no foul if he can convert the 3-6-10 and avoid an open. Sterner's got 2 opens and no doubles. Max score for Sterner, 203. Tackett's already at 223. Beauty. Keep striking and try to apply a little pressure. And there he is inside a 3rd arrow now. And a nice break. Well, E.J. Tackett, all he has to do now is mark in the 9th and 10th frame, and he will move on to take on Anthony Simonson. There he is in between 3rd and 4th arrow, and then watch the little love tap on the 10. Tackett, just avoid open frames. Right over to the 21st board. Perfect.
So E.J. Tackett will advance to take on Anthony Simonson. Jason Sterner, solid finish here today. 8-3 in match play. 8-4 actually in match play. 300 on the event, 297 to kick things off this morning. Last win back in 2013 for Sterner, but a 4th place finish here in Wilmington. And he'll pick up some points in that Storm Cup. And we got a good matchup coming up. A couple youngsters, Anthony Simonson, E.J. Tackett, some major winners between the two of them. Should be a great match. Pretty amazing, memorable win for Simonson there, the Masters title 2016. And he's got a chance to add his 3rd title to his credit. Got a doubles title, a major, looking for his first national singles title here, taking on E.J. Tackett. I think now, Randy, we're going to see those high scores you were predicting a little bit earlier.
Well, and I think this is going to be a great match. I think the lanes have settled in, and the zone to play is pretty defined now. Both players are going to be right on top of each other in terms of where their ball is crossing the arrows. And here's a look at Simonson's shot. It's perfect. Beautiful. What a comeback his last 4 games earlier this afternoon when he went 250, 240, 230, 260 to grab the number 2 seed. Went from out of the top 4 into second.
Quite a run. And he did what he needed to do to get himself in position, in good position, starting out with a quick double against EJ.
That was pretty far right of target. Still got back for EJ Tackett. Watch this right of 4th arrow. That thing came back from Charlotte, North Carolina. We are in Wilmington. Charlotte's quite a ways away from Wilmington. And a good cover on the 10. Remember, folks, tell your friends about Xtra Frame for about $1.25 a week. You could watch the greatest in the world. And we are really ramping up. The next month is going to be very busy for Xtra Frame. Lots and lots of events. Go to PBA.com for more information. Time to move. He will move his next time up on this lane. You can see that's inside of 4th arrow. That's where he was striking from.
This is stop 2 on the Storm Cup. 3 more Xtra Frame Storm Cup events over the month of June. Jonesboro, Lubbock, Memphis. And then we all gather together at the Grand Casino Hotel and Resort Oklahoma Open in Shawnee at the end of June. Got to believe after those next 3 events, we should have a pretty defined top 10 on this points list. In some different events, we've got that plastic ball event coming up in Memphis. 2 balls, plastic only, in a limited field. That one could be quite interesting. Billy Hardwick Memorial with, I believe we were told, a $50,000 bonus if someone beats Billy Hardwick's scoring record.
Wow.
In qualifying.
Do you know what that number is?
I do not.
Would it be qualifying? Just his qualifying score?
It was a lot. I remember that.
I wonder if it was an 18-game qualifier. We're going to get that information now. Our IT crew is on top of it as we speak.
Anthony Simonson front 3 here with Tackett.
It looks like it was a 6-game scoring record. I'm sorry, 8-game scoring record. Can't see that far. 8-game block.
2165.
2165, Billy Hardwick in Japan.
Is that good?
Well,
565 over for 8.
565 over for 8, and that was done back in 1968. That's pretty incredible. EJ didn't look like he liked that shot, and it still ended up flush. Remember the last time on that lane, it was a couple boards right of that, and this time it's high flush. Yeah, so for 8 games, Billy Hardwick averaged just a shade over 270, and that was back in '68. He was probably throwing plastic or rubber, and so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's pretty unbelievable, and a record that will never be broken in 8 games. There's your move. That was closer to 5th arrow. Question is, I wonder if Simonson's watching this. Remember, he went 4-pin the last time on that lane, and there was definitely an adjustment made there because that was farther left at the arrows. Now Simonson perfect through 4. Ooh. Looked like a pretty good shot location-wise. If it just kind of scooted down the lane just a hair and comes in late with the messenger going in front of the 10. Look out. All right.
Got a good match shaping up here in the semifinals. Rhino Page, tournament leader, waiting for the winner of EJ Tackett, Anthony Simonson. After that plastic ball event we just talked about, we go to Shawnee down in Houston for the Striking Against Breast Cancer mixed doubles. And 3 more Xtra Frame Storm Tour stops, with the final stop in Coldwater, Ohio. A new stop this year on the Xtra Frame Tour. Well, someone will get that bonus check for $20,000.
I hope it's me.
You better start practicing.
Oh, wait, I have to bowl Xtra Frame events to have a shot at that. Okay, never mind. Well, right now these two gentlemen have a great shot at adding points to their resumes here in week 2 of the Storm Cup. EJ Tackett trying to make a game of it. He's got 3 in a row now. One more, and we'll be all tied up, sports fans.
Well, you know, Randy, we do have a side pool for the Xtra Frame Announcers Cup, and Jeff and I are actually tied for first and second. We've done 2 events, and you've done 1. So there's a chance for you to move up in the standings on that point system.
Actually, I think we're probably all pretty even because I talk twice as much as both of you.
Oh. We'll have to go to the judges.
Guess what? All tied up.
We got a match.
There it is. That a little bit closer to the 5th arrow. And a great hand and release and direction for EJ Tackett. Amazing how quick things turn around. Simonson just missing there in the 5th frame, leaving that little shaker 10. Beautiful. This kid's got so much moxie for a 20-year-old. He is 20, right?
21.
Oh, he's 21.
I believe.
No, he's 20.
20? Still, is that all?
He's 20.
Man.
Go to PBA.com. It'll show you that.
Nope. I believe you.
He's not even old enough to rent a car yet.
Get a hotel room?
He can do that, I think. Hang on. Beautiful.
That's one thing we know he can do is strike. It's been great to see him mature over the last few years out here on tour, picking up a couple of wins so far, and really just coming into his game. Shots like that.
Well, he did exactly what he needed to do there in the 7th and 8th frame, and that's to keep the pressure on EJ Tackett. If both players take it off the sheet, EJ Tackett will shoot 269. Simonson will shoot 279. Oh, that was a beautiful shot and a bad result for EJ Tackett with that vicious ring and 10. Watch this. 6-pin to your right, and that was pretty quick.
EJ with a little extra stare back at that 10-pin.
Well, this match is still far from over. EJ can still put up 248. Simonson would need a strike in the 9th and a mark in the 10th to shut out EJ Tackett. Unreal. Now it's all but over for EJ. He needs a couple of open frames from Anthony Simonson, but the last 2 shots just ugly ringing 10s for the reigning player of the year.
Those shots looked identical in where he hit the lane, front and back, and pin reaction, unfortunately.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner right there. Anthony Simonson will advance to bowl for the title against Rhino Page. He made just great shots throughout the entire match against EJ Tackett. He can finish out for 279, and the best EJ can now shoot 237.
We've had these discussions before in these matches. Match is over. Is it time for Simonson to try something different or just keep doing what he's doing?
He doesn't have to. His look is so good. And there's the EJ Tackett ring 10. But it doesn't matter if he converts or not. This match is over.
We have our championship set right here in Wilmington. PBA Xtra Frame Wilmington Open. Anthony Simonson will take on tournament leader Rhino Page for the title. Coming up next.
Rhino Page, PBA Viper champion.
Needed 9, takes down all 10.
Absolutely phenomenal ball, man. Congrats. Great ball. Thank you.
So Page takes his first title of the season. Time now for our Geico Championship recap. Randall?
Rob, this was Rhino Page's day, and it was indicative from the great pin carry that he received. Ryan Simonelli stumbled late coming down the stretch with 3 consecutive 7 pins. Rhino Page gets up in the 10th frame, throws the first strike to seal the deal.
All right, it's time. Final practice shots here for Rhino Page, our tournament leader. Rhino with a solid week, 10-2 in match play. 233 average, taking on Anthony Simonson, the 2 seed. Orlando, Florida's Rhino Page, Austin, Texas. Anthony Simonson. Simonson looking for his 3rd career PBA title. Picked up a doubles win with Connor Pickford, a Masters win in 2016. And looking for another one here. Rhino Page. Last one you saw in the highlights, 2009 Viper Championships. So it's been a while for Rhino.
Yeah, hard to believe it's been 8 years since he's won a singles event.
Did pick up the win, as we mentioned earlier, in the team event last year at the Fall Classic with his buddies, with EJ Tackett, actually.
Picked up a win at the team series, the Elias Cup, with his good buddy Norm Duke. But those wins are great, but that's nothing like winning a singles title. I mean, it's been a long time for this young man.
So he's won before. Obviously, he's been to the top of the ladder, top of the heap, whatever. But it's been a while individually. What is going through Ryan? We know he works a lot on his quiet mind. He studies a lot. He goes through a lot of mental things. What's going through his mind right now?
Hopefully not much. You know, he should just stay the course and focus on execution. That's what got him to this point. You never want to look ahead.
Are you even concerned who your opponent is when you're out here now in a championship match like this? Just
I don't think so. Not unless it was not unless it would have been another left-hander, and then maybe strategy changes a bit. But he knows that Anthony Simonson's going to bowl a good game, and if his ball reaction isn't good enough to bowl 230, 240, 250, he better figure out a way to get that done. You know, another interesting side note, guys, we had a bowler from England who just finished just outside of the cut. He finished 5th. We had a bowler from Venezuela. We had a bowler from Mongolia. And bowling is not in the Olympics. Why? I just thought I'd throw that in.
great question. I believe we had 7 countries represented here this week in Wilmington, North Carolina.
In an Xtra Frame event in Wilmington, North Carolina, 7 different countries represented. It's amazing.
Here we go.
Shoda from Japan. Forgot to mention him. Shame on me. Trip 6, lefty's best friend. Boom. Rhino Page told me earlier that he made several changes after the league championship. And we'll touch on that the next time we see Rhino Page. So here's my only concern. A couple ring and 10s now for Anthony Simonson.
So what was that reaction from Anthony? That just kind of, whatever? Or what? Do you think he threw it good, or just happy with just a 10? Or it was different?
No, he threw it good, but his angles have changed enough now to where it might affect his carry. Another ring and 10, and I think it's cause for concern. That would be 3 ring and 10s in the last 4 frames. But this one, it looked like he was unsure, may have gotten it in just a hair, and it rolled up and stayed flush. Oh, unlucky.
Well, I think he liked it until that happened. Championship match here in Wilmington. Anthony Simonson, Rhino Page. PBA Xtra Frame Wilmington Open. Craig Elliott, Randy Peterson, Jeff Goodyear on the call here. Second stop of the Storm Cup.
Bit unlucky. So getting back to Rhino Page, he said, well, I made a lot of changes since the league. I changed my grip, which then changed my PAP, or positive access point. So all of my layouts were incorrect. So I changed all my layouts. And then also I changed my tilt. And I said, okay. And he said, and I haven't had a day off from bowling, with the exception of maybe 2 days since the league championship.
That's 5 weeks ago. He made all those changes 5 weeks ago, and now he's leading the tournament?
Yeah, well, and he's been winning everything locally in the Orlando area, bowling sport pattern tournaments and little sport pattern mini tournaments and a lot of tough stuff. And he's been winning everything at home, or back home, I should say, in Orlando, seeing how I don't live there anymore. And you could see just how much better the ball is out of his hand and how much better his roll is. Now, the tough conversion coming up because of all the oil to the outside part of the lane. I don't know if he got a little bit softer there to try to make it come around the corner, but right now he's staring at the 3, 4, 6, 7. He's going to shoot it from the right side. I think this is smart.
Yeah, just to make sure you got at least the 2 and then just, you know, because we've seen if you missed right, you could have missed them all, right?
Right. So if you stand left and you try to swing to that, it catches the OB, and you run the risk of throwing it in the gutter.
Right.
So the question is it transition or was that a bad shot? And that was a good one. Next shot on the right lane for Simonson is going to be very interesting. I would bet it's going to be a move with feet and target for Anthony the next time up. Page has not missed the pocket. Left the stone 8 in the second and a little shaker 10 pin in the third. And now looking to take advantage of the opening. Gives it right back.
Where do we see on this? What did he just? Oh, he just missed right.
It just looked like he missed up the lane. 2, 4, 6, 7. And again, he faces the same dilemma that Simonson faced. He's got the same pattern on his side. If he gets this a little too far to the left, it's disaster. But he's going to throw it straight and hard with a spare ball. Almost. Great effort. Great effort. Doesn't catch quite enough of the 2 pin and throws it in front of the 6. A bit unlucky there. That was a ball change. Rhino makes a ball change and shreds the rack. A good comeback from the opening. Now Simonson can really put some heat on Rhino Page with a couple of strikes here in the 5th and 6th. But this, I think this shot's going to be very telling.
I think the last one was just a bad shot. Backing off again. We're in fish country. 2 fin fish. Anthony Simonson.
You know, I'm part of the fish thing. My nickname is Stone Crab.
That's pretty good.
Well, for Stone 8, Stone Crab.
I get it.
Beauty.
Good shot.
And it makes you crabby.
Very true. But that hit there doesn't make Anthony Simonson crabby, as he now increases his lead to 12 over Rhino Page. Simonson gets to finish the match on the left lane. He was running that one out when the ball got to the arrows. Beautiful shot.
When you know
Watch.
you throw good, you can take off.
There he goes. Beautiful. He gets to finish on that lane, and I think that's the better of the two lanes for him.
So was the ball change for Rhino Leftley? Is he going to do it on the right as well?
We're going to find out. Yes. Yep. Well, looks like he went to something with a little stronger cover stock and a little bit duller surface, and you can see how the ball's picking up a little bit better for Rhino Page now. And that hit there gives him a double and keeps him right in it. A strike here. We have a 2-pin match. Yeah, a little unlucky there, but it looked like he had some balance issues when he got to the foul line. Watch this. See that? So he kind of stood up on it.
Popped out of it, not able to get that 7 to fall.
Yeah.
'96 bowlers started this event Saturday morning with their first of 6-game qualifying blocks. We're down to the final 2. Anthony Simonson, Rhino Page for the title here in Wilmington. Been great crowds all week, very knowledgeable. They've shown the players a lot of respect, and they're extremely quiet right now, which the players like in this environment.
Well, he put a great touch on this shot here. And then the 6 takes the 10 out. Simonson working on 4 in a row. Taking a re-rack on lane 17. In complete control. All he has to do is keep making shots. Time running out for Rhino Page, and this is Simonson's time to shine right here. Another
Just a replay of the last shot.
Another great shot by Simonson. Right over 5th arrow, feathers it out, and then it ends up perfectly in the 1-3. Right now, Rhino Page is thinking one thing and one thing only. I have to strike out to have any chance. That looked like it was up the lane again. Just a little too straight through the front part of the lane. And he pays for it.
You think, Randy, that's more just shot execution on a couple of shots here, because he's the only lefty over there. He got to practice. He got to try to break him down a little bit. You would think he should have some area.
Well, I think it's Rhino not feeling like he has much to the left. You know, if he feels like if he gets it a little bit to the left, it's going to hang, and so subconsciously the brain takes over and there's a little bit of a pull. and that's insult to injury. As Rhino Page just yells back, "Stay hot." Yeah, it's too bad the tournament leader who bowled so brilliantly to lead this event to only shoot 179 or 189 in the title match against a red-hot Anthony Simonson. Whoa, easy now. There it is. Anthony Simonson is your winner here in Wilmington, North Carolina. You know what? The rent just went up. Yeah. Well, he's going to get charged a heck of a lot more for staying at my place.
EJ Tackett, Jason Belmonte, Josh Blanchard, Don Barrett, Kyle Droop, Jesper Svensson, and now Anthony Simonson, a winner here in 2017 on the PBA Tour.
Third title at age 20. Pretty impressive.
Great tournament for Rhino Page. Led pretty much the entire day today here in round robin match play. Solid event. As you mentioned, he's made some changes in the game. He's still got to be happy with where he's at, right?
Absolutely.
Elias Cup winner, picked up a title with the team last year, makes the finals here.
Comes in and finishes second when only 2 lefties cash. He's got to feel really good about that. I'm going to make my way down to the floor and do a winner's interview, folks. Stay with us.
Final shots here for Rhino Page. He'll wrap up his 10th frame. Congratulations, Rhino, all the rest of the players. Randy will get down there for a check and trophy presentation with our proprietors here at the center. Great job of the proprietors, the bowlers. Nice turnout here. The first time a national stop has been held here at 10 Pin Alley.
Fans, give it up for our 2017 PBA Xtra Frame champion,
So sorry, folks, we don't have a wireless, so I'm going to try to talk real loud so you can hear us. How about a big round of applause for all of our finalists? You got by EJ Tackett in your opening match. What were you thinking going into the title match?
I think I figured out the differences in the lane. For me, I had the right lane a little tighter down lane, and the left lane just a little bit overall more hook. I think I figured that out very quickly within the first 4 frames of the first match. Was kind of able to use that to my advantage. Got a couple breaks, and when it's your day, it's your day. I've had numerous Brooklyns throughout today, a couple in the last couple games to help get me there, and when it's your day, it's your day.
Was there any added pressure knowing that it's been a little while since you've won? Your last win coming in the 2016 USBC Masters.
It gets frustrating making TV shows. That's all you can do. You can keep knocking on the door and hope it opens. And like I said, today's the day.
I heard the accommodations for you this week were really good as well.
Yes, thank you, Randy, for letting me hang out at the house all weekend.
So Anthony stayed with my son and I and Jeff Evans this week down in Charlotte, Ocean Isle Beach. And his rent just went way up. So we've got some hardware and some money coming for you. We're going to bring in Joe and Margaret Grago, the proprietors here at 10 Pin. Come on in, guys. First of all, thank you so much for the great job that your family did this week. And also, folks, just so you know, we're going to be back next year in 2018. So Jim, you got some nice hardware there.
Thank you.
Anthony, on behalf of Tim Pinelli, we want to congratulate you. Excellent job. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right, there you have it, folks. Your champion here in Wilmington, North Carolina. Back to you in the booth.